This past weekend, I went to the Emerald Cup, and I did not compete this year in bodybuilding. I wanted to compete in powerlifting in the women's powerlifting event, which was on Friday, but I had class on Friday, so I decided I would stop by the powerlifting area and check out the event on Saturday, which was just pulling, deadlifting your body weight for as many reps as you can. So for women it was body weight, for men it was 1.5 times their body weight. Of course, the guys gave me the option of deadlifting 1.5 times my body weight, but I actually tried that out at the gym earlier this week, and I think I got to about 5 reps after 4 sets of my regular deadlift weight, and I was pretty maxed out at that point. So I knew if I was going to enter this contest, I would be deadlifting my body weight. So I stepped on the scale at 130 pounds, and under 130, maybe 129 and some change, but we decided to go with 130 for simplicity for the actual contest. And then I proceeded to get kind of nervous because I've never deadlifted on a platform facing an audience and without a mirror. I don't use a mirror when I train, but I tend to face the mirror because I feel like that's the least awkward direction to face while you're working out at a gym. I know that there are some powerlifters who train at my gym at school who face away from the mirror. I started to notice that this year, and I understand that. I just haven't tried that because oftentimes people share the squat rack, and I think I honestly, as seriously as I take my training, I would probably crack up if I were, say, squatting and facing someone, or deadlifting and facing someone and they were facing me as well. I already kind of get a kick out of sharing a squat rack with someone when we're both facing the mirror, because sometimes we'll get that effect where one person will be squatting and going up and down while the other person in the front closer to the mirror is doing their thing, and then sometimes it's synchronized, sometimes it's not. But this was my first time deadlifting and being watched by an audience and having someone count my reps, and I really was just aiming for 12, because the deal was, if you enter this and if you can do 12 reps, you get a prize. And I thought I would shoot for 12 in a row, and I wanted to do 12 in a row because usually when I train, I will do, 15, 18 reps in a row. I don't stop at random numbers like 6 or so. So I did the 12, and then I was like, okay, I feel pretty good. And so let's shoot for 24, because for every 12 reps you do, you get a prize. And I didn't particularly want a ton of prizes or anything like that. I mean, it's t-shirts, and I think I'm pretty good on guy-sized t-shirts. I have a lot saved that I can use for future gym attire, but just the idea of seeing how far I could go and how long I could do this for was intriguing. And I actually had just wrapped up a photo shoot right before entering this, and I had not eaten since breakfast, so it was maybe 5 or so hours since breakfast, and I actually had a crazy day the day before and the day before that, so I felt pretty tired and hungry and depleted going into this, but this also doesn't seem like something I'd want to try on a full stomach, so I just went for it. And I started to feel it around 60-some reps. I felt it in my lower back, and I'm glad I have this video because I can see that my form is not perfect, and I actually do not know the optimal way or optimal form for deadlifting for maximum rep purposes. Usually I will do conventional and sumo squats, but again, I usually have a mirror and I usually do not go that high on my rep range, and I also usually aim for time under tension, and I was told that I could just drop the weight instead of bringing it down to the floor gradually like I usually do when I'm training for hypertrophy. So I think if I were to try this again, I would think about strategies and tactics for getting the most reps out of this competition. But going into this, I definitely started to feel the adrenaline and got a little sweaty near the end. It was like a cardio workout, and I remember after this, when I was walking out of the building, my legs felt shaky. I felt like my lungs were on fire, like after sprinting or after running, and I don't run very much, so it was an unfamiliar feeling for me. And I also did this in my casual shoes. Again, I was not prepared going into this. I actually showed up wearing jean shorts and a flowy top, but my jeans felt like they were getting kind of loose, and so I asked if I could go change, and I had workout attire with me as a backup in case I was going to do a gym photo shoot that weekend. So luckily I had some reasonable clothes to deadlift in, and I remember that my plan was, after attending prejudging and checking this out, I was going to work out. So I was super psyched to go work out after prejudging and after entering this contest, but then when I got to the gym, I actually had to stretch out and sit for a few minutes because my legs were still shaking. So this was quite an experience, and I didn't plan to go for 100, but now I'm glad I did because it gives me a solid number. I'm going to remember reaching 100, and I can make this an annual thing or a semi-annual thing and just test out my strength this way. And I also noticed that the following day, so I did mention that my form wasn't perfect and I probably wasn't pulling with my lats as much as I should, and I did feel like I was sore in places I had never felt the next day. So Sunday, the following day, I worked all day. I was on my feet for about 8.5 hours, and my legs were fine. I did not feel soreness in my legs, and my glutes were fine. My lower back was fine, but I felt it in my traps. And just standing upright and holding my body upright, it was not that challenging, but it hurt. Like, I felt it. I felt like my traps probably felt it the most. And then the next day after that, I felt pretty recovered, and I was able to train legs like 2 days after, so it was not bad. My legs recovered just fine. I would say that this is a really fun challenge, and I would recommend everyone just try deadlifting their body weight and seeing how far they can go, and just maybe call it the 100 rep challenge and do it for fun. And it took me a little bit over 9 minutes, and I wasn't rushing it, and I didn't have a specific number I was trying to hit, but I also felt like, since I haven't done anything like this before, I didn't want to push myself to the point where I wouldn't be able to train the following week or anything like that. So hope you enjoy this video, and it really is just almost 10 minutes of me deadlifting. So hope y'all have a great week of training ahead, and if anyone wants to give me pointers on how to more efficiently complete this challenge, feel free to comment below. Thank you for watching.